So here we go. Let's get the show on the road. Fanatics, Football Fanatics TV. Um, I've seen man. I think we're only 9 subscribers. I'm confused. Is it 11 or 12 or 9? I must double, triple check. Um, we need to get to this 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible.
Yeah. Guys, come on.
If you're
Like and
listening, even if you
subscribe.
don't like us, just subscribe and like the video. Okay. Yo, there's nowhere else to go. We're going to United. Apparently, United is in talks with Pizzo Musumani.
Yeah. Jingles, good old jingles. No, but in all seriousness, Jingles is qualified. Jingles has his UEFA caps and all of that stuff in his back pocket. But if an African coach would ever get an opportunity like that, yeah, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. But when we talk qualifications, Jingles is right up there. He's got the qualifications. He's got reasonable experience. He's won
And he can't do worse than
Club
Oli.
World Cup.
And he can't do worse than Oli.
Yeah, but yeah. Only lost it in the last couple of last tail end of last season and just the beginning of the season. Only he's made some questionable tactical mistakes, selection
So
mistakes.
I spoke to Zain earlier. We spoke about 30, 40 minutes. What
Uh,
changed? Like I said, I would have liked to have. I must check for the app to download to get 2, 3 callers on the same time. What
uh,
changed when you signed Ronaldo? It was Sancho, Varane. It was we're gonna win the league. What changed? It's 12 games. What didn't you guys see that you're seeing now?
no. Nah, I saw this thing a long time ago because if you go back to preseason, né, as much as you'd say preseason we were playing a lot of youngsters, giving them a fair chance. But in the preseason, we lost games we shouldn't have lost. Even if we are playing youngsters, we are still Manchester United. We still have the best players, even though some of them are youngsters. So for me, that gave me an indication that tactically and technically, Oli is still not where he is.
Explain. Everyone throws that term loosely. What are you saying? What are you saying when you say tactically?
Tactically, it's as a tactician, you look at your opponent, and from your opponent, you analyze. I'm sure he does this. You analyze their strengths, you analyze their weaknesses, and then you formulate a way to expose their weaknesses. Sometimes when a team is beneath you that much, you just impose yourselves on them, right? What I realized from Oli in the last couple of games is that number one, this guy, he did not want to drop McFred, even though McFred was failing, right? Meaning, tactically, he couldn't see past his own emotions about these two players, that they are not going to give him what he needs tactically, which is a two pivot system where one guy is probably going to sift and roam, scanning for danger, the other one marks the ball back. These two guys do none of that. So then why keep them? Why not try something new? That's one of his tactical blunders. Then you look at guys like Wan Bissaka and Luke Shaw, and what I said to you earlier on about the way they defend, how they try and be compact by squeezing together. So both fullbacks will run towards the 6 yard box and defend from there, from that position. But then you are conceding so much ground to the attacker to whip in balls. And once you whip that ball in, then it's a 50-50 who gets to it first. Maguire is not always going to get to it. Lindelof is not always going to get to it. Varane is not going to always get to it. So why even give him an opportunity to whip a ball in? Now, from my understanding, is that once a guy gets the ball, you try and close him down. You try and cut off passing lanes. You try and cut off avenues to get the balls in. So tactically, they weren't doing that. They were just hoping that the ball is going to find Lindelof's head or the hair is going to punch it out. But it was not a smart plan. That's where he failed tactically. And also tactically, we were not playing a game that suits one of the most predatorial strikers in the game right now, or Ronaldo. How many quality balls was Ronaldo getting? So the
Did you
players,
see a couple that Sancho whipped in? I'm like, why isn't this guy starting? Why, like you said, why can't he try something new? Sancho was
yeah,
whooping them in a bit. He was whooping them in. There was one that Ronaldo went in front of the defender and powerful header, but just a bit over the bar. But you're like,
mm.
Sancho's got it, eh?
Sancho is showing glimpses. I know people are moaning about him and talking shit that he's not worth the money. What? No, that's bullshit. When you watch that kid play, bro, he's got certain touches that I'm like, I can see,
And
I can see
and that's
where
the
this
type of
boy's
player
gonna
that
go.
Ronaldo loves. The player that doesn't, because he's still young. He doesn't have a scoring rate. He has an assist rate. Ronaldo likes that. Play me the ball. Look for me. Do
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you.
Ronaldo is the predator. No one scores like Ronaldo, and that's facts, facts on facts on facts. No one scores like Ronaldo, even Messi included. There, I
So
said it.
I had a discussion earlier. So I said, so is there a crowd lifted in the dressing room on the training ground? What
Mna,
happens now?
Mna,
What
to be
happens now?
honest,
Carrick's the interim coach. Is the crowd lifted? Does he come with his own idea? Zayn said he was part of the Oli team, so he feels that he can't add anything really.
Mna, I'm half and half. I'm half and half. I'm half with what Zayn said that Fletcher and Carrick and Phelan and the other guy were all part of Ollie's backroom stuff. Ne? But I'm also saying, Ubana, the players we have in our squad are not shit players. These guys aren't shit players, but they had just lost confidence in their manager. So as much as we're gonna say Ollie's at fault, Ollie's at fault, Ollie's at fault, these are grown ass men. As someone who's played sport before, um, sometimes in the heat of the moment, you tell the guys, hey, that plan that the coach had isn't working. Jongabani, this is what you're gonna do. This is what I'm gonna do, and you start fixing things on the pitch. You play moments as they happen. These guys aren't doing that. These guys are dropping their heads, slouching their shoulders, fucking, they're not interested. Yeah, well, the problem here is that I feel also that Oli got sabotaged by some of the players. And unfortunately, some of the players that sabotaged him are the players that he didn't want to drop, i.e., Shitty Maguire.
So what I'm saying now is, training room, is there a crowd lifted? Will thing change immediately with Carrick at the helm in the
No,
meantime?
no, no, I don't think so. I don't think so. And the unfortunate thing is, what's going to happen now is that, the club, I feel, is going to slip even further into a messy situation. And some of the top guys that have been earmarked as successors want a full preseason. So Zidane is hesitant of the job. He wants a preseason. Ten Hag says he is focused on the Ajax project, meaning he's also basically saying, "Hi guys, I want preseason as well. I can't start mid campaign, which is basically we are now 3 months into the new season. So I can't see us landing Ten Hag. I can't see us landing
Money talks though.
Zizou.
Money talks though.
Nah, my guy. Nah. Some
It's
money talks, but
it's you.
some people have
It's
ethics.
it's Manchester United, dude.
No, some people have ethics.
A globe. Yeah, Dortmund's good and Bayern's good and Ajax good. Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico, but they don't have a global presence.
Yeah, but in the case of Ten Hag, if you listen to the man speak and the way he is, he'd never leave his team high and dry for United.
Not even the
He's
ego
going.
part. I want to change United around. I want to
No,
let
no.
my name will be speaking about in
No,
history if I turn this
some
team
people
around.
are just built. Some people are just built different, my guy. Some people are just built different, and I feel because Ajax is like top team in the Eredivisie, he's not gonna just leave them because he also feels like he's part of a project there to return Ajax to its former glory years. So that leaves only two options in my eyes: either Brendan Rodgers or Pochettino, because Pochettino there has got a grenade in his hand and is about to explode because he doesn't know what to do with the stars in his team. But that's going to give us a further problem if it comes to us, because I feel Pochettino still has that small club manager mentality where sometimes he's just too careful and he's too scared to try things, and he's too safe, which is why he's having these bad performances for PSG. A guy who would drop his team in a heartbeat is Brendan Rodgers, because Leicester, come on, Leicester is Leicester. So if we gunned for Rodgers, Rodgers would drop Leicester like a hot potato. And he's got a clause in his contract apparently that says should a UEFA or Euro playing team seek him out, he has a way out of his contract with Leicester. So I think the most logical and the most apparent solution now would be Brendan Rodgers, unless the board decides we will go with a caretaker coach until the end of the season.
The caretaker to the end of the season makes a bit more sense, but you trust Carrick till the end of the season.
That would probably be Carrick till the end of the season.
You trust Carrick?
No, because the backroom staff isn't good enough. If I was Carrick and I was put in that position, I would seek out Rui Faria, Mourinho's assistant coach, or I'd seek out Carlos Queiroz, someone who's been there, done it, won it all, right? As your person to lean on to, And as a person that the dressing room will recognize, in terms of his experience. Because let's be honest, top egos in the dressing room look at certain people and like, I won't listen to you. Well, what do you know? Yeah, but for instance, with Oli and Carrick and Fletcher, they're gonna be like, okay, yeah, you were legends of the club, but as coaches, nah, guys, you're just not it. Whereas if we got Conte on board, they'd all be scared of Conte, and when Conte barks, they'd all jump. But with these guys, they won't.
So our betting went to shits the weekend.
It went to shit, my guy. Went to absolute shit.
So I spoke about that. I was like, for people that love the game, watch the game, they don't get this betting. They don't win the betting. Where some people win the betting, I'm like, now how do they win it?
It's about luck, right? It's a run of luck. And,
I think, are we too tactical? Do we see this? No, this midfielder is injured. Oh, he's not doing well. The guy that's assisting or the guy that's scoring is not scoring. So we look at it from that point of view, and I feel someone else doesn't, and then that's why I hear they win like 20K, 15K. I'm like, now how did their numbers run up that high? What were they betting at?
To be honest with you, I absolutely think that betting thing is down to luck, right? It's just down to luck and the right choice. And the right choice is also down to luck. Because some games you'll be like, this team is definitely going to win, and they fucking draw, right? Or, no, man, this team is definitely going to win. Like the other day when Bayern Munich caught a 5-0 from a bottom, like a mid-table team. Like, who would have predicted that?
Big company in the States, Barstool Sports, the founder and president, Dave Portnoy, big betting guy, big sport guy. So he's just learning football, soccer, what they call in America, obviously. He betted on the Liverpool game and Liverpool Arsenal game, and he said it's gonna be he betted on the corners. So now Barstool is just out there, company, content creators, betting, college football culture, youth culture. So they even have T-shirts. I heart corner kicks. He betted $10,000 on there will be 11 corner kicks in the game, and they were live streaming the game, and they were cheering for the corners.
That's such a weird thing to bet on.
Thank you. I'm like, who bets on corner kicks? I would never think like it. It's now 0.5 goals per game. It's now 2.5 goals per game, but not corner kicks, bro.
Some people take this whole stats thing to the next.
So you lost the 10K because there wasn't 11 corners in the game. It was close.
No, No, but I'm just saying that some people look at games from a statistical point of view, and he must have probably gone on one of the ESPN websites or whatever where it shows
But
things
this
like that.
weekend, I think I must do it in United Villarreal game. I'm betting on the corner kicks, bro. I don't know if you're with me
Mm-mm.
there.
I think I was right on my initial line of thinking when I was still winning. Whereas in tough games, I would just bet for goals. I'd say there'll be a minimum of one goal scored.
Yeah, but I'm betting
But
on corner kicks this Tuesday.
I don't. let's, let's see how that goes.
So,
I'm
like I
not
said,
going to go back to
Ollie
playing.
and United, they are taking over the news, Twitter feeds. Because it's a legendary club, it just shows that these guys are running a huge organization, no backup plans, no contingency plans, no identity, no vision, eh? They're just
We
winging
do
it.
we do have an identity at United, my guy. We do have an identity at United, but it's just that at the moment we are in a we're in a slump now, man. Because as much as Oli and his team, I feel weren't quite good enough for the job.
I don't feel there's an
It,
identity from the business point of view. They just lost. I'm
in
not
what
saying
way?
I'm not saying you're gonna make a decision and it's gonna be right. But they can't even get to a decision. That's what I'm saying. There's no identity. There's no as like we know how City's gonna play. Clearly they have their stuff sorted out in the back office, but we know how they're gonna play. There's an identity how they play. Ateta has an
Mm,
identity the way he plays, right? Yes, it
mm,
went to shits the weekend, right? But
mm,
you could see that there's a style we want to play out from the back. You could see that Lakonga, the potential's there, the eagerness is there. He wants the ball. But
mm,
the team you're playing against is an oiled machine. They've seen you do it twice or thrice, and then they plan for that. So the next
mm.
time, which Arsenal did it, they have a plan because it's like, oh, we've seen what you want to do, but there's an identity. So there should be an identity in the next coach or the style of coach that we want. We don't care how much is
Yeah,
it going to cost, but there should be a style of coach.
but listen, in the Ferguson years, our identity was a resolute, dogged defense, wing play, and attack, 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 attack,
But that
attack.
was there you go in
That's
the
all the
Ferguson
ball.
years.
That was the identity, and never
Yes,
give up mentality. That guys, it's
yes.
never over until it's over, right?
Agreed with you. I agree with you. But like I said, the fact that maybe they were spoiled that this guy's been here so long, there's no more identity. Because Oli didn't do that.
Can I tell you what the big issue here now? What I always debate with my friends is that the problems at United are compounded because of the different coaches that have now come
I
in.
100% agree with you.
You
Because of
have Sir Alex who bowed out without a succession plan. Then they did a scramble job and said, okay, no, 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 give it to Moyes. Moyes came in, and let me just check my facts here quickly. But Moyes came in, and in that year, I think he sold all our defenders, the experienced guys.
don't because they're too old,
And,
but what I'm saying is, if you have an identity, you would know this or this is not right for me because we have a certain thing that we like. This is not that thing.
but Galop, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. That he let go of core defensive players when he came in, like the core guys, and then he got sacked. And then when Van Gaal came in, he let go of the strikers like Chicharito, Van Persie. Who else did he let go? But he let go of the guys that could have, inculcated the guys coming in. But this is the United way. This is the culture at United. And then in the next season, when now Mourinho has to come in, nobody knows what the United culture is because all those guys are now gone. It's all new faces,
But that
both
is,
at the back
but you
and
just
in the front.
true. You just proving my point. Where it's from the top, from these guys that are scrambling for a coach, for a manager.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
have a style, and then oh, we cannot look at a Conte. That's not our identity. Can we look at this guy? Can we? Even though he's young, or even though he's a new manager, but he is closer to our philosophy, our identity. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It's like a it's like an Arsenal play in the past, or Barcelona play in the past, or United play in the past. If a guy is technically good, you guys know Wenger's gonna like the guy.
100%.
100%. There's no debate. The Nielsen, Carlos Velas that didn't make it to the top, came of the top, but you could see the youthfulness and the identity. Oh, who's the one? Santi Cazorla. You could see, oh, this is an Arsenal player. You don't even know him. You would just say this guy should play for Arsenal.
Yeah. But that's like, yeah, so we are speaking the same thing here. That, these are compounded problems that now led to where we are. But what I can say for Oli is that he has assembled a good group of players. These players aren't shit by any means.
Agreed.
Man.
So I was saying, if Conte walked in after the Liverpool game, how would things look like at United today?
They'd be different.
And that's 3 games ago, eh?
They'd be different because the difference in managerial styles is that Conte is a no-nonsense manager. He is in charge. He's not there to make friends. He's not there to be liked. Whereas Oli seems like a good guy. He seems like a kind man. He wants everyone to be heard. He wants to give one, listen to this guy, listen to that guy, Where Conte is like, I am the alpha male here. And if you don't want to bow down, get out. One of the first things he did apparently at Tottenham is the same thing he did at Chelsea, where he got rid of physical drinks, unhealthy food, all of that kaki. He said, no more. And if you watch the game today and how they played in the first half, he was berating those guys on the sideline. He was mad. Because why? That's his style. Oli could never stand on the side there and tell Fred, hey, Fred, you're doing yours. Hey, McTominay, fucking drop down. Drop deep, you sparring. What you doing? Hey, Ronaldo, dude, what are we paying you for? He'd never do things like that to Oli. And that's part and parcel of the problem here.
So, we spoke about Chelsea, the great job that guy's doing over there, silently just winning. United takes all the news. Liverpool takes the news. City, just Chelsea's just sliding through. People speak about Chelsea, 2-minute segment. People speak about other topic, 2-minute segment, right? Same. Like I said, I saw. Like I said, United said, okay, cool, they're gonna win. I thought United gonna be in the race. So it'll be United up there, City up there, Liverpool up there, and Chelsea up there, right? Then in my mind was, there's going to be another league within the league, number 5 to number 10. It's actually, like I predicted, it's just that United's name is not in the ad, it's West Ham's name in the ad, right? So the number 5 to number 10, there is a little league happening within the league. Number 5 to number 10. So
yeah, it's going to be tough.
Number 5 to number 10 is a different league because clearly you could see Arsenal were winning teams, drawing teams, 10 games unbeaten. But when you play Liverpool, you could see, okay, cool. They're way ahead of you.
They were ahead of everybody.
Way ahead of Arsenal. Way ahead of Arsenal. They've had the coach. They have an identity. They have the rock and roll style of football. They smash you. It's from the back to the front with pace, non-stop pace. So they have their identity. They have their style.
Those guys
they don't play. They don't need a holding striker. Like I said, there's an identity. They don't need a number 9 that holds the ball up because they don't play that way. They don't need a number 9 that holds the ball up. So that's not their style of play, right? They can have a Firmino. They can have a fleet-footed. They can have a fleet-footed guy in that position. Jota, a fleet-footed guy, not a strong guy, right? If they whip it in, it's with pace. It's not really whipped in for a conventional number 9 that's gonna rise above everyone and hit the ball in. So they just proved again that they're way ahead of us. What happens in the next? I check you got Villarreal, you got Chelsea, you got Arsenal, and then you have Crystal Palace. What happens now? You said there's no change in the cloakroom. What happens with United now? This is a professional. We call ourselves professional fans. So let's predict some stuff, even though it's tough to do that. That's why we can't even win the betting, for goodness sake.
Okay, what happens?
What happens now at United? Is morale better, right? Is it better communication? Lingard wants to leave. This wants to happen. Is morale better? Is it that laughing on the chemistry between the guys? What's going to happen now? What's happening now? What's the way
Oh,
forward? Because
what's gonna happen now with United is one of two things, bruh. It's either they're going to get a stick up their asses and start working hard for each other. If you watched the game yesterday, Donny van de Beek was the only guy running like a madman there. Everybody else was like, nah, nah. Okay. Now the problem child is out. Oli is gone with his steering wheel. Now they either have to man up because the guy they were blaming is now gone, or they're going to shoulder the blame going forward. They're going to be booed going forward. The players now are going to take the brunt of it. So it's one of those two things the way I see it. It's either this is going to be a kick up the ass right now, and then going to be like, okay, right, guys, let's get back to the way we were playing, which was, it wasn't great football, but they showed desire and they showed commitment and they showed a hunger to want to do better. The last couple of weeks they weren't. So yeah, that's my take on
so what you're saying is
what's
you
going on.
in the dark.
No, one of two things, one or the other. There's two things that are gonna happen. One, they're gonna get a kick up their ass and start playing like they should. Two, they're going to just, let the blame fall where it falls, either between them or Michael Carrick, because they want another coach.
So the Conte and the Tottenham. So I also watched the game, and dude, it was like a World Cup final.
Yeah, I know Conte is very passionate
It was like a
about.
final. I was like, what's happening here? It's so he just has the lack of quality in the team.
That Tottenham squad isn't great. They need a lot of players in a lot of positions,
If they want to contend. But
particularly
I'm
in
saying
the back.
realistically, where are realistically? So his target is fighting Champions League with that team. Can he get Champions League with that team?
Tottenham, no, I don't. Not with that squad. I don't see him getting Champions League with that squad, but I can see him being in between between 7 and 10, between seven, 8, 9, 10. That's where I see Tottenham.
That's where they currently are. Though. That's where all of us are
Yeah,
currently are.
that's where they're gonna stay, between 7, 8, 9, and 10. I don't see them playing European football. Not with that squad.
So he has a massive job ahead of him.
Yeah, very big job.
Like I said, United takes over the news. So is Arsenal the game of the weekend? Or
Sorry.
they Arsenal game and Liverpool game of the weekend? Are they bad or is Liverpool just that good?
Liverpool's just that good. Um, the Arteta project at Arsenal has been derailed. I'm sure they're gonna look at, for instance, Arteta has a plan. There's a way he wants those guys to start playing, right? And right now, the way they tried to play against Liverpool, Liverpool just picked them apart and
Agreed.
said, your plan is quite rubbish because this is how we're going to press you, and you're going to make mistakes, and we're going to capitalize, we're going to score, right? So he's going to go back to the drawing
But
board and see
so
where
is
he
the
can
plan
refine.
rubbish? Like I said, so you can't say both though. So the plan's a good plan, and just Liverpool's that good. They understand the philosophy. Their coach has been there with their coach
Kalok,
has
it's not
been
a
there
good
for how many years?
Kalok, it's not a good plan if it's picked apart. It is a plan, but it's not. Doesn't mean
How
it's a
can
good
that be a
plan.
good plan if you go in the Premier League 10 games unbeaten? How
Dude,
is it not a good plan?
dude. Sometimes,
Leicester you beat with the plan. Tottenham you beat with the plan. It's the Premier League teams that you lost against that
my
we
guy,
won with the same plan.
my guy. Stats. Don't focus too much on stats about this team
No, no
being that
results.
doing
I'm not
what.
saying stats,
Listen,
yes, but the result.
stats are like a bikini, bro. They don't show everything. Yeah, stats are like a bikini. They don't show everything. Watch that guy's team. Everybody's going to follow the same routine. But okay, the back four of Arsenal can't play the ball, right? They aren't ballers. They aren't comfortable playing from the back and building forward. So everybody's going to emulate that and press them if they can
But
press,
you're not listening to my
right?
point. The teams have been pressing it and they play through the press. Just with
No,
Liverpool, no one could play through the press because they are that experienced. What's the nigga's name in midfield? He's a beast, eh?
I'm not convinced of us. I'm not. I'm sorry. Um, I'm
But see,
not
this is what I like about
maybe,
United
maybe,
supporters.
maybe I'm biased.
That's
Maybe I'm
that's what I
biased.
say. That's what I like about United. The team is in shambles, but they're not convinced.
I'm not convinced with Arsenal. Nah, sorry.
Eh? Your team,
Nah.
United supporters are. This is how they are. The team is in shambles, bro. The team is shit.
We're not.
And then they criticize.
I'm
Like I'm
not in
saying,
denial.
you've been
I'm not in
playing.
denial about
Okay,
my team.
okay,
You
you've
are
been
in
playing the
denial about
same.
your
We
team.
play the same opponents, and when we play the opponents, we get the result. When you play the opponents, you can't get the result. What? So
Listen,
our style is working. Our playing from the back's working. The project's
no,
working.
listen,
Or is the project not working?
listen. You scraped through Watford there, even though Watford had a red card. You scraped through that shit.
Okay, they smashed you. Okay, scraping
You,
or being smashed. Which one is better?
but no, I'm just putting it out there that you don't be in denial about Arsenal. They're not great. This project
No,
is
no,
not.
I
Just
agree
because
with.
it's
I'm not saying they great.
unintentional.
I told you, fourth, realistically for me, fourth is amazing. That's what I said. Realistically, I'm logical, bro.
They drew with Brighton.
Yeah,
They drew with Crystal Palace.
but I'm gonna go.
Uh,
I'll tell you that you just said. Now I'll say back to you. That what the stats say. The stats don't say the stats don't say the team spirit. The stats don't say fighting for each other. The stats
I
doesn't
think
say the Ubuntu in the team.
I think you're being biased now
Eh?
because you're an Arsenal supporter.
No,
You're
I'm
being
just
biased
putting it.
now. You're
I'm
not being
putting it. No,
objective.
that's what the show's about. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there. It's we that is what I told Zayn. It's on the internet. It's gonna be there forever. It's on the internet. We'll go back 2, 3, 4 weeks from now. We'll come back to this.
No, we'll see.
We can go back.
Let's park that one. We'll see. We'll see
Eh?
who's right between me and you.
Okay, so the
Let's
United.
park that
So
one.
okay, let's do this. Let's end off with this. We 30 minutes deep. Let's end off with this. Let's say United Villarreal. What's happening there? We're gonna go over the games, a pre-match or post-match. We'll decide which one are we gonna do, schedule and time-wise. You obviously
Mhm.
you work, and that's it's still in obviously your daily lives in the mix there. So, but let's go a run through Villarreal on Tuesday night. There's no time for sulking when it comes to Premier League teams,
There's no time.
especially for you guys that are in the Champions League or in the European Cup, winning Europa. You're back again. You lost, but you're back again.
Realistically,
What's happening with United Villarreal? Your next game.
this is a do or die game,
What's
right?
happening? Are you winning? You're playing away Villarreal. You're playing Emirates
Uh,
team, very compact, technical, physically fit, aggressive team.
you know what? I'll put my balls on the line and say we're gonna win at Villarreal.
Okay, you're winning at Villarreal.
Slim victory, maybe one goal in it. But we're gonna win at Villarreal.
Chelsea on Sunday.
I'm not scared of Chelsea, my guy. I'm not scared of Chelsea.
I need to get you on
Um,
record. This is a United supporter that's playing that's
You
playing
can have
poorly.
me on record. I'm not scared of Chelsea. There's only two teams I'm scared of in the Premier League, and that's Liverpool and fucking Man City. Chelsea,
This is what I've always been saying, bro. Chelsea wins the Champions League, they win the league, but still people don't respect them. You don't put the respect on their
no,
name.
I'm not scared of Chelsea. I'm not scared of Chelsea. I'm not scared of Chelsea.
They've had
Those
more
guys move
success
too much.
in the last 10 years than what you had, but you still don't respect them.
I don't care. They bought their trophies. I don't care.
You spent 300 million in the last 3 years.
They bought the big club status. They didn't build it. They bought it. So I don't care. I don't care about Chelsea. I'm not scared of Chelsea.
But that's
Even
another
the way
debate.
they play.
Ferguson had the power and the clout. Whoever Premier League player comes up, an Englishman, the Carrick, the Ferdinand, the Browns, Ferdinand from West Ham, he had the clout. He also bought his way to the top. Yes, it wasn't as big as the price, which is now the players are inflated, or it's the inflation in itself, or they're just many billionaires owning teams. It's the same thing. No, I want to play with Ferguson because of the clout, because it's Man United. I feel it. People debate. I feel for Arsenal. I used to be Arsenal. Liverpool back in the days when I was a pig in it, so I never saw Liverpool in the 80s. That wasn't my time. I wasn't there. In the 90s, I wasn't there. They were the Kings, but I wasn't there. They won not the UEFA. They won the European Cup. I wasn't there. I don't know. Then the United rivalry and Arsenal came because those two teams, they had a bit of money. Chelsea got money. Oh, far they started competing. But I'm saying it's the same game. It's just that more Villa has
I mean,
money.
Mamela, bro. Long story short, when even when I watch, I mean, did I watch? Even when I watch Chelsea, I'm not scared of Chelsea. I'm really not scared of Chelsea. I promise you, I'm not scared of
Okay,
Chelsea.
you're winning the
Even
game.
we might hit them with the sucker punch, but I'm not scared of them. There is a game we could win if we were
And then
facing
and then
Liverpool.
and then it's and then it's the game that we should on a Thursday night. Arsenal
Mm.
United on a Thursday night, the 2nd of December.
I don't respect
On
Arsenal
a
at all.
Thursday night, that's shocking. Could have posted
I
on a third. I'm shocked with a Thursday night. I knew you were gonna say what you're saying. So
that's how much cack that fixture is. It's on a Thursday at night.
so you're winning that
No one
one.
gives a shit. Uh,
So you're winning.
it's gonna be an ugly game, probably a draw. We're gonna
But you
cancel
respect
each
me.
other out.
I'm confused. You can't respect me more than Chelsea.
I don't respect you.
You're saying a draw against me and you're winning against Chelsea.
I'm saying that we're going to cancel each other out. It's going to be a crappy game. The reason I'm confident with Chelsea is that these guys aren't too clinical in front of the posts. I would love to see the stats around what is their
I feel your
finishing
hatred
rate.
is way higher, Chelsea. Something happened there.
What do you mean?
You need to respect Chelsea more than Arsenal saying a draw against Arsenal, even though Arsenal's my team.
Nah, I really don't fear. No, the question was, I don't fear Chelsea, bro. I promise you. And I don't respect Arsenal even more. But I think what's going to happen at Arsenal is that it's going to be a draw. Even when you look at the type of day, playing on a Thursday at night, it's
No,
going to
don't
be a
worry. It's on record.
tough
So,
game.
so you said Carrick is going to struggle. Your team's going to struggle. They all just said, but now you're saying the total opposite. You're saying in the next 3 games, you're winning all 3 games. You're winning Villarreal on Tuesday. You're winning Chelsea on the
You must,
weekend, and the
you must
following
listen.
the following Thursday, you're winning
You,
Arsenal. So things are good
you
though.
must listen. You must listen carefully, Mr. Angelo. I said to you, one of two things are going to happen. And then I said now, before we started this segment, that now I'm hoping I'm going to put my balls on the line. I'm hoping they're going to start playing well. You can rewind the tape, listen
Yes.
over it again.
So,
I
so,
said to you,
so I must
yeah,
ask you a two-sided question. What is your logic saying? What is your fanatic fan saying? So your logic saying what? Your logic said earlier you fear Carrick's not going to do well. But when I'm saying okay, cool, let's get it practical. What's happening on Tuesday night? You're going again. Your fanatic, your passion, your emotion. You're saying you hope they get the result.
my emotional side says we're going to win. That's the emotional side, which is why I said the caveat when I say I'm putting my balls on the line means I
Yes.
know it's a big risk.
Yes, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting. So I'm saying you're giving me two answers here. You're giving me a logical answer that Carrick's not going to do well, but then you're giving me an
I
emotional
know
answer.
you are a horrible listener. I said two things are going to happen. I didn't say he's going to do badly outright. I said he's going to get one of two reactions from the players. One is that they're going to know now they don't have an scapegoat in Ole Gunnar and that they need to be kicked up the arse and start playing the way they should. Or two, they're actually going to keep playing cack because they want another manager. That's what I said to you initially. You must rewind the tape.
I'm
And
listening
then
to
listen
you.
to me.
I just want you to give me an answer and not go in circles. I can hear what you're saying, but
What do you mean I'm going to circles? I can't give you a yes or no answer.
that's what I
It's
actually
not
wanted.
that
Yes,
simple.
thank you. That's what I
It's not
want.
simple. It's not simple like that. Why are you trying to make it simple like that? It's not that simple. There are variables here.
There's a lot
So,
of
which
them.
is why I gave you the answer as a fan. That, you know what, as a fan, I'm going to believe these guys are actually going to learn from this shit and actually start playing. You know, the guy that they were pointing at as the scapegoat is gone. What now?
I hear you. No, I got everything that you're saying. I got everything you're saying. Um, I just wanted the yes to press the yes or no out of you.
Mm-mm.
It's you doing the old I can insult my team, you can't type of thing.
What do you mean?
It's like you can eat your brother and talk crap to him, but no one else can talk crap to your brother.
Don't leave my brother alone.
Do you understand? That's what you're doing now. You talk crap about your team. When I say, yeah, but the team is crap, they're losing on Tuesday, and then you fight.
Leave my guys alone. Leave my guys alone.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you're doing to me now.
these, these guys, I'm telling you, these guys might actually wake up from this. They like the fan in me, the 11-year-old boy inside still there was in awe of these guys. Is still saying, you know what, these guys are gonna fucking wake up now and start playing like they should because they're a good squad.
They're a good squad, but they're not a good team. I feel they're not going to wake up under Carrick. Not under Carrick.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
That's how I feel.
I can't argue with
I can explain my example, like I said, with the style of play. Again, with City today, like Arsenal lost with their style of play because of how good Liverpool is. The City style of play today, your left back, when they attack, he runs into midfield. Like you said, that is a tactic, right? That is a style of play. He outside of the left foot, like a flippant midfielder, like a flippant 10. Cancelo passed the ball like a 10, right? Just check if you can see the highlights. He passed the ball like a 10, connects with Sterling like a De Bruyne pass, right? And that's because that's a style of play. When he plays on the right, you'll go on the outside most of the time. He goes inside, but most he'll go on the right back. When he plays left back, which he did this game, when they attack, you'll go and add, and you become basically a center midfielder. So that's a tactic. So I feel, tactic-wise, you guys are an amazing team, players, yes. But tactic-wise, Carrick can't think like that.
But listen. What if I put to you, now I'm gonna throw a googly at you. What if I put to you that, what if Carrick was having all these wonderful ideas on how to play and he was being outvoted and out-decided by the
head coach, the manager? Possible. Of course that's possible. Of course that's possible. But now it goes on to, it goes again where I feel, you feel the same way. We as fans have an opinion, agreed with you, which might be based on emotion or love for our team. Like everyone said, I was part of that people that said, how can this guy play a Champions League final with no number 9? But I feel that game, it burnt him. But if he shows you the ratio of how many times he's been doing it, it worked. But just the Champions League, do you understand? This is the Champions League game, it didn't work. Okay, cool. But meaning the games leading up to the game, it worked. So that tactic that day that he implemented, boom. So what I'm saying is,
we're derailing with that topic, but I'll tell you why on that night it didn't work. Because not only did he not play with an out-and-out striker, but he didn't play
with a holding
with
midfielder.
Exactly.
Yes, I agree with you. And then the counterpart, the guy on the other side, his counterpart, saw that and had his tactic, because he is also an elite manager. He had his tactic, and then he exposed him. Where maybe if it was the other team, that other great European team that was going to be like, no, we have our thing going on, whatever the case may be. We have our game plan. We're not worried about you. We're going to outplay you and be all egotistical, whatever. And then they weren't going to see it. Yeah, I'm watching. I'm seeing the highlights here in the background now. Check. This guy runs into center midfield. He doesn't stay on the outside. So like I'm saying, that is a tactic that's implemented. So he's going to implement it. And like you said earlier, okay, like Zayn said, is the Ronaldos or the players in the team going to respect him? Are they going to, because if a Conte, like you said, if a Conte walks in, they're going to bow down. Are they going to bow down to Carrick and says, yeah, but I'm used to this? And Carrick's like, cool, I know what you're used to. But I'm saying, when we attack, you go on the inside and you will cover him on the outside, something like that. So are they going to listen to Carrick when he says that? Are they going to respect him if he comes up with an action plan? This is what we're doing. Are they going to listen to him? Cool, I like it. That immediately, what I'm saying now is tested on Tuesday. It's not the next year we'll see if I'm right or wrong. We'll see on Tuesday. We'll see. It's not that long. We'll see on Tuesday. So tactically, I agree with you, Ollie isn't tactically that good, because he couldn't implement stuff like that. He couldn't even say one game, let's play with wingers, because we got Sancho. Like you said, at the next game, okay, cool, that didn't work. Let's play with Donny and let's play a CDM and two midfielders in front of him. Let's play a 4-1-2, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. That didn't work. He just, when he's scared, he goes five on the back. Dude, he played five on the back, and then against Watford, that's been losing against, according to you, which is a shit team, Arsenal. He walks into the game, and he plays five in the back against Watford, that's been doing so poor. Why would he do that?
Dude,
Watford,
all I'm going to say is let's wait until Tuesday.
yeah.
And when the answers around whether the squad are going to respond will be answered.
True, they'll be answered. But I hear people when they say the tactical Oli, but I like asking them what do they mean by the tactics, because I know what I mean by the tactic. Like I said, you're playing against Watford. Why are you scared of Watford? Look at your squad. You're scared of Watford. Are you nuts to be scared of Watford?
I don't think he was scared of Watford more than he was betrayed by the players he kept keeping faith in.
No, Fred was out that game, and he started with Matic.
No, but McTominay was still there. Maguire was still there. Luke Shaw was still there.
Yeah, okay, that's actually the core of your team, but I hear you.
But that's what I'm saying. That Maguire is not in form. Luke Shaw is not in form.
Like I said, we don't have any coaching degrees, but you wouldn't start with Matic and McTominay.
No.
In center midfield. I mean, why?
McTominay has had so many chances. For the sake of trying a different outlet, I would have played Donny van de Beek starting.
And McTominay out and Matic next to him. I would have done that. There's nothing wrong with that.
So Donny would be box to box, and I let Matic sit in there.
But that's my point.
What I would have tried.
That's how I'm using the word, which you don't want to use. This dude was scared of Watford. I mean, how bad?
Scared of Watford. He's just trying to show loyalty to these players.
No, that's fear. That's not loyalty. That's fear. Oh, I'm scared we're gonna league against Watford. Come on, you got Ronaldo, Sancho, Bruno. You scared of what? Dude, cross the ball in the box. Ronaldo will make something happen. But please cross the ball 8 times, because maybe you're not gonna cross it perfectly the first time. So you give the guy. Come on, the guy's ratio is so crazy. You can't tell me you can't look for him 8 times in the box and he's not scoring 4 of it. He's scoring easily 5 of it. But let's say you gave him the ball and he fucked up. You won't fuck up more than 4 times. It's impossible.
But what I'm saying to you is that was big. That was one of Ollie's biggest Achilles heels, is that he kept believing in these players that kept letting him down. And that's part of the reason why now he's found himself sacked. Because he couldn't be objective and say, hey, maybe I rushed bringing Maguire in. This guy is not sharp. Hey, Luke Shaw, what's happening with you? Fix your life. You'll be sitting on the bench for now. Tell us, go in, show this guy what I want. Wan-Bissaka, your attacking game is not where it should be. So now sit on the side. Dallo, it's your chance, Dallo, to run amok. And then McTominay, you've been having too many chances and you're still not improving. Sit on the side. Donny, come in. Yeah, but try something. Not keep fielding the same team and hoping for a different result. That was just being stupid.
Okay, let's end it off there. Like I said, it's like a United show happening over here. It's not football fanatics. We cover
Sorry.
We covered it. No, but it's currently like that. They're taking over because of the news and the Twitter feeds, and because it's a massive club, and then that has a huge fan base, and then of course it's gonna take over the media, and we are part of the media now.
Yes.
Cheers, bro.
Yeah. So we'll have another conversation midweek.
Yes, because it's Champions League. It's Champions League this week, bro.
Yeah.
A Champions League. Cheers, guys. Please subscribe to the channel. I will shake his booty for you guys. I don't know if that's gonna work.
Oh yeah.
I take that answer. I take that answer as a yes. Cheers.
It is a yes, a resounding yes. Cheers, man.
Cheers.